A good Wednesday afternoon to you. Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. Well, pretty fine morning in progress, and as it ekes into the afternoon, we're seeing just very thin high-level cloudiness, and that's allowing a lot of sunshine. That sunshine is working on the land, allowing those temperatures to make a pretty good rise. Our weather system, however, is associated with this trough of lower pressure. You can see the gradient here, and in terms of thicknesses with these brown lines, that's at about 18,000 feet or so at 500 hectopascals or 500 millibars. The trough of lower pressure is actually way back here, and this is picking up moisture from a couple different sources. Some of this is being picked up across the western side of North America, the Pacific side. Some of that Pacific moisture is being tapped into in the subtropics and then pulled across northern Mexico. And then that precipitation field extends all the way to Labrador right now. Also, we're seeing some inflow, sort of you can see here with that rain that's working in off the Gulf of Mexico. These two are adding a considerable amount of precipitable water working into the region. And with this sort of almost an atmospheric river coming in off the Pacific Ocean, adding to this combined flow, we're going to see a pretty healthy storm system. It is a kind of elongated one, a fairly narrow band, that frontal boundary. It all starts, it looks like, during the overnight period, late tonight into the about dawn or so, or maybe pre-dawn hours. We'll start to see a little bit of mixed precipitation types as rain. Eventually, that's going to be setting up as some rain, wet snow combination. And we're going to be right on the line for that during the day on Thursday. And with temperatures pretty much holding 32 to 35 degrees tonight and into about 80% or 90% of the day on Thursday before the temperatures begin to fall, just a little bit ahead of a frontal boundary, that's going to keep precipitation kind of going back and forth at relatively light levels. That's the good news. It comes in sporadically, and then it changes to snow, and then it begins to unload. Why? We have a wave of lower pressure. This is associated with this digging jet stream in the back here. This is going to ride a wave right along through here and into northern New England. And what's going to be on the southeast side is going to be freezing rain, a little bit of mix of sleet, and then predominantly snow. And the way it's setting up right now, northern New England is going to see the predominance of snow, whereas we're going to see a lot more freezing rain across southern parts of New England. Stay tuned. These are precipitation types. Of course, snow is in this purple or bluer color. We got freezing rain and this kind of business, and of course rain in the green. No precipitation in the white. This is an area of higher pressure that's really driving this frontal boundary south. We have this upper level low that's digging down in the parts of western U.S. interior sections, and it's going to ride a wave of low pressure right along this frontal boundary as it heads south. This is the GFS model here. We have the European here. Let's run it. So leading edge of precipitation, this is valid now at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow morning, that would be Thursday morning. And we start to see just little bits and pieces of precipitation. Now, this could fall in the form of either a little bit of wet snow, kind of a rain combo, probably rain more on the valley floors. It's going to predominate a little bit more into the snow, and as this frontal system pushes on south. Now, this will be generally more, a little bit more in the way of rain, but Thursday we're not too concerned with, because Thursday's weather is going to be relatively light, but it does pick up once we get into the afternoon hours. As you can see, a little bit heavier batch beginning to start to work into the region. And again, this is our mixed precipitation variety. This is going to be something we keep a close eye on. The good news is that, again, it just catches the very southern part of Vermont. Again, GFS on the right, European on the left. So this is the bulk of the storm working through Thursday night. This is valid about 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday. And this will continue to move on through the region, mostly as snow. So transitory, not really expecting any issues with glazing or freezing rain. Southern parts of New England will probably see a little bit more of that. Especially, it looks like, approximately the Berkshires and points south. But southern Vermont's going to be right on the edge of that. So just running that a little bit further, this is the sort of the caboose of this particular wave of lower pressure. You can see that it's formed here, starting to see that wave form and being registered. but the back edge probably is going to start to diminish, and this is valid at about 1 o'clock on Saturday morning. That's 4 o'clock in the morning. This is about 7 o'clock in the morning. The GFS already has it pretty much moved out. European still lingering a little bit of flurry action. And then eventually we do get into better conditions with an area of higher pressure pushing in. Okay, so once again that frontal boundary pushes on through. We get mostly snow out of it, the back end. And then we have this area of higher pressure pushing in for this coming weekend. High pressure will build in very nicely. It should be a great weekend for folks taking advantage of winter recreational opportunities with a new bit of snow. And again, we could have potentially even a foot on the ground in many of our local Green Mountains. And what we're going to see is this shortwave trough begin to work into the region. This is going to affect us on Monday after that area of higher pressure skedaddles. But not looking at very much here. Just along the northern stretches there. The GFS thinks maybe a little bit more. Beyond that, maybe something lingering into the day on Tuesday, but no real big weather systems to worry about at this point in time. And temperatures a little bit more marginal too. They'll basically be up there probably not that far off from 32 degrees. Swappy notes. First of all, the GFS ensemble centered on Montpelier, Vermont. With the way things are looking right now, this is our big storm system. Just one storm, a little bit of business coming this weekend. That actually is on Monday, and the basically European, Canadian, and the GFS model are in really good agreement. This GFS ensemble showing what we need to know here with the main QPF that's going to be landing again on starting tomorrow morning. That would be Thursday morning, and then picking up into the day, and then really the most of it will fall after 0Z. That's about 7 o'clock. And then through about 12Z or about 15Z in the morning. That's about 10 o'clock in the morning. So roughly through about 10 o'clock on Friday morning, that's going to be the bulk of the precipitation. Now looking at the total QPF, we're talking pretty healthy amounts. I don't know if we'll achieve 1.2 or 1.4, but the European is a similar ballpark, roughly about 1 inch amounts. And precipitable waters, what you can see here is roughly about 6 or 7/10 of an inch, and that's why I'm thinking it might be a little bit overdone. But overall, we're looking at a decent amount of snow. And right now, the GFS ensemble, this is quite amazing. You can see the spread, as little as this to as much as this. But the latest model run gives us somewhere around 14 inches, about an even foot. And this is at the grid point at Montpelier. We'll probably see more snow than this in the mountains, and probably less snow than this over toward the Champlain Valley and some more broader valleys. It's precipitation types that have a little bit of a funny play right here. This is 850 hectopascal temperatures, about the top of Mount Mansfield, and anything above 0 degrees centigrade will be probably mixed precipitation. So what we're looking at kind of descriptively shows you that we're looking at several different types of precip, including some rain, that's in the green, that's mixed precipitation, and of course, mainly snow. Weather Prediction Center, over the next 7 days of total accumulated precipitation, about 1 inch. This is about 1.5 inches, and this is about ½ an inch. Climate Reanalyzer shows you that we have above normal anomalies across our region, especially into Canada and into parts of the northeast or eastern parts of the U.S. But look what's coming in. This is going to be dropping southeastbound, and this will be arriving on us over the weekend, probably moderating considerably from what we're seeing right here. Next 5 days of high temperatures weighted, meteorological output statistically. This is about 3 to 6 degrees below normal, and then 3 days later, a little closer to 3 degrees below normal, so a little bit of a minor warm-up. That's it from here, Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.